Alright, hello folks, happy to have you here. Welcome to another chat. What we have here is a rechargeable light bulb, what's left of it, which is hooked up to a power meter, so there's volts, amps. We've got SD card reader, like so, an Uno, and a display, like so. Right, you can see nicely over there. Good. Now let's talk about this watt meter quickly. It is the INA219 watt meter, okay? So what you do is you wire power in from the battery, so that's the white wire over there, into that terminal. Alright, now you can see what I'm doing. If I don't cover it with a paper, you need 0 volts, so I soldered onto the negative terminal over here, that's the yellow wire, and then the third terminal goes out to your load, so I snipped the white wire in half. It's I2C. It's got 2 dip switches for battery, for the address, I2C address. I've got it set to 40. So that's this watt meter. It can do up to 26 volts at 8 amps. So that's what I'm using to measure the power going out of this little rechargeable device, rechargeable light, when it is in battery mode. So when these are the two mains leads, so when I touch them together like that, it turns on, okay? So it is a Philips unit. What it does is it has a switch mode converter on it, so as the battery voltage goes down, it keeps the LED current reasonably constant. Now, I ran a test earlier today where I completely discharged the battery. This battery is rated at 1500 milliamps as per the packaging. Now the useful consumption that you get is 550 milliampere hours. So the energy used is 1.2 watt hours. And I've got 109 minutes of runtime out of the lamp over there. Average power 1.07 watts. So look at the graphs. So let's see, can you see all right there? Reasonably. So that's voltage. It starts off at 3.8 volts. And then we end the test at 2.9 volts. And also the protection in that light cuts out at 2.9 volts. So there's your battery voltage at top line. The current started off at just over 400 and ended up at 100 milliamps. So you can see here at the end it starts to fall off quite sharply. The power remained reasonably constant because of the buck boost converter. So that's your line over there, the third line power. So it started off with 1.5 watts and you end up at about 1/4 of a watt by the time the battery is discharged. And then over here, this is your energy. So there's milliamp hours. There's a straight line over there. And you end up at 550 at the end there. So the way this works is if I reset the micro, it's complaining that the SD card is not in, like so. So what I need to do is put it in upside down, like so. Reset the micro, push button to run. So this button over here is going to start it. Let's see. Yeah, there you can see what's going on the screen. Test running. So now when we turn on the LED, it has swamped out a bit. It's hard to see, unfortunately. The battery is at 3.46, it's not fully charged. 287 milliamps, power is 1 watt. Let's see if we turn this upside down, if that helps. Yes, that helped. Milliamp hours, you can see it counting up over there. Alright. Watt hours, because we're talking fairly low power, that takes a few minutes to come up, so that's going to stay at 0 for now. Then over here there's the elapsed time of the test, so that's 76 seconds. Okay, like so. So what I'm going to do, I'll turn the lamp off, and when I disconnect the battery, the screen changes. It says test complete, like that, and it freezes the data at that point. Alright, so that is it. So obviously I unplug this over here when I want to charge it, put that aside, and then we hook up mains to here. So what you do is you have that like that, and you hook up mains to these two leads, then the lamp runs and it charges like it normally would when you have it in one of these and got it turned on. So that charges the lamp through these two wires, and then if there's a power outage, that happens, it comes on. So that I think is it regarding battery capacity testing. I went for this because I don't have suitable loads for doing battery discharge testing. So the rechargeable light turned out to be a nice one because it's reasonably constant current. It's fairly linear, the current that's been drawn. Look at it over here, it's reasonably linear, and you compare it to how the voltage is falling off. The switch mode converter is helping us out there, so it makes a reasonable load. It also takes care of over discharge protection, and it also does the charging of the battery for us. So it's useful. It takes care of a couple of problems. I think that's going to wrap it up. So you need one of these for data logging, SD card module, an Uno, and for live data this is a 4x20 LCD I2C, and that's it. And then just a button to start it. So there it's restarted the test, and it ended it because there's no current being drawn, and because they're not seeing this. I could, through a double ground transformer, power this up, so because obviously this thing's live over here, so you're going to be very, very careful. There, it's found it's communicating with that again, so it's happy. And then unplugging the battery will end the test. Right, we've waffled on quite a bit here. So this is my battery test setup that I was talking about earlier today that I have done, and we got useful data from it. We were able to produce this data. Nice. So I'm testing a lithium ion battery that use this for load, let it run, and you get this, and you can find out how good these batteries are, whether it's what it says, how much energy you usefully recover, because in this case we don't charge it all the way to 4.2 volts, we charge it to 3.8, so it's not a full range that we're cycling at, which is better for the batteries. So in the case of this 1500 ampere hour battery, according to the markings, you usefully get to use a third of that. Alright? Sounds about right. Okay. That is it. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this was useful. Alright. It was a nice one. And it's the end of the weekend. It's going to be my last video for today and the weekend. And during the week, it's going to be work, so probably not going to see me around till next weekend. So take care, have an awesome time, ladies and gentlemen. See you next time for more stuff. Alright, bye.